stole the diary of a girl who bullied me in high school and published parts online 20 years later. She's the nurse who saved my daughter's life. I anonymously published the most humiliating secrets from my high school bully's stolen diary on the early internet. She attempted suicide afterward. Last month, I discovered she was the pediatric nurse who stayed past her shift and spotted the rare complication that saved my daughter's life. What happened next broke me in ways I never imagined. Revenge fantasies are seductive because they promise closure. What they don't tell you is that sometimes that closure arrives decades later, wearing scrubs and holding your child's life in her hands. In 1999, I was a high school junior, enduring daily torment from Jessica Winters, Pant, beautiful, popular, and inexplicably cruel. Her favorite hobby was creating elaborate public humiliations that left me eating lunch alone in bathroom stalls during a particularly brutal week, where she'd spread rumors about my family's financial problems. I noticed her diary sitting unattended in the library. The temptation was overwhelming. I took it for 3 days. I read every entry. Most were typical teenage content parent crushes, insecurities, fights with her parents, but there were also deeply personal secrets. Her father's alcoholism, her eating disorder, sexual experiences she regretted, her terror that people would discover she wasn't as perfect as she pretended. Using a newly created Hotmail account, I anonymously emailed the most devastating excerpts to 20 classmates. One thing 48 hours printout circulated throughout school. Jessica didn't return to classes for 2 weeks. When she did, she was hollow-eyed and silent. I graduated with a scholarship to college out of state and never looked back. The guilt eventually faded, replaced by a narrative where I'd simply given a bully overdue consequences until last month. My 4-year-old daughter Lily was admitted to Children's Hospital with what seemed like routine pneumonia at 3 a.m. A nurse named Jessica came in to check vitals during what should have been a stable night. Something about Lily's breathing pattern concerned her. Though her shift had ended, she stayed to monitor my daughter, eventually detecting a small clicking sound that prompted her to order additional tests. Those tests revealed a developing pleural effusion that, left untreated overnight, could have become life-threatening. As I thanked her profusely the next morning, I noticed her hospital ID. J. Winters, Coleman. Did you ever attend Westlake High? I asked, my stomach dropping. She studied my face, recognition slowly dawning. Emily Barnes. We both fell silent. 20 years compressed into a single suffocating moment. Your daughter is beautiful, she finally said, checking Lily's Heifer line. She has your eyes for 3 days. Jessica continued as Lily's primary nurse, providing exceptional care with unwavering professionalism. I existed in a state of suspended guilt, unable to sleep, wondering if she remembered what I'd done on discharge day. As I gathered our belongings, Jessica entered with paperwork. I need to say something, I blurted out. About high school, about what I did, she interrupted gently. I know it was you, Emily. I've always known. My carefully constructed justifications collapsed instantly. How? Only 3 people knew certain details in those emails: my parents, my therapist, and whoever read my diary. She maintained professional composure despite the personal nature of our conversation. I was horrible to you. That doesn't excuse what you did, but I understand why you did it. I can't believe you took care of my daughter after what I did to you. I became a nurse because of what happened, she said quietly. After my suicide attempt failed, I had a nurse who treated me with dignity when I felt most worthless. She made me want to do that for others. She handed me her card with a personal number written on the back. Your daughter may need follow-up care. Call this number directly if you need anything. In the car, I found a small stuffed bear in Lily's bag with a note. Sometimes the people who hurt us and the people who heal us turn out to be the same person at different points in their journey. I am glad our paths crossed again. 20 years ago, I thought revenge would heal my wounds. Now I understand that true healing comes from places we least expect it. Heart, sometimes from the very hands we once tried to destroy. Etri Claude can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.